Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. So I have already curated a couple just because I thought they were kind of interesting, and these aren't like, obviously, as you could imagine, the community for Yooka-Laylee, it doesn't pop off as much as you'd expect in recent days, because these ones are kind of recent, but as soon as you, well, I said recent, but like recent as in the last post was like, you know, the 23rd of January. The thread was probably created like, yeah, 2018. It's pretty old. What the fuck was that? Okay, so I don't know what JonTron was like in this game. Hang on, what is this? Put me in the screenshot. I hope someone put you in the screenshot. Here, fucking Ayo. I'll screenshot you, mate. Hang on. There, I'll add that to the BRB layout. You get one. Vid, welcome to the stream as well. Thank you for the D. What the hell is this? Anyway, these obviously date back pretty late. Like, these are all posted surely around like the time the game actually came out. You can indeed.
And then as the night went on, the 77th Death Tab was finally reached, and Samu looked at the clock, realizing it's 3 p.m. The stream had been going on for 12 hours, and chat is a bit worried, but Samu slams his desk down, demanding more Death Tabs, and forces chat to find more Death Tabs for him. Some say the stream is still going on even to this day.
Butterstuffs, you know what makes me really sad about Detsia? The last post was exactly 1 week ago. They haven't posted since I started looking at their shit. I think they know. I think they know. I really want to see their next hot take. All right, I'm constantly refreshing Deathseer's tab over and over and over again to see when they're gonna post again. I'm waiting. I'm fucking watching. All right, they're stopping me. I know. They were posting so frequently before I found them. They were posting like every day, and now that they're on my radar, I'm looking at them. They're not posted anymore. Why not, Deathseer? Please post for me. I want to hear what you have to say. Anyway, first up, this one isn't too spicy. I'm gonna ease you in, okay? Like, there's a couple of posts like this, not really knowing how to get pages. I don't think I saved this one, but somebody was asking if they can get like how do they see how many like pages or how many quills are left in a stage? Like, is there a way to see? And of course, you could imagine the first response being like, check your totals in the pause menu, because it's literally right there in the pause menu. I don't know how you miss it. I don't know how you don't see it. Maybe you just don't pause games anymore. That's fair. But anyway, reward to Rextro's arcade minigame. I completed 2 Rextro arcade games, but I feel like I didn't get a pagey or any other reward. Is there a reward to Rextro's art minigames? If no, then what's the point?
Not sure about beating it the first time, but I know you have to best the high score within a stage to earn a pagey.
Yeah, the first completion of a Rextro arcade game doesn't reward you a pagey. At least I don't think it does. Like, it's like a practice, so you get to see what the game is like. Anyway, I finished the game and concluded that you can get 2 pages from Rextro for each minigame. The first time when you complete the minigame with any score, and the second time when you get the high score. The problem was with the animation of getting the pagey was missing for me. I think this is a minor bug they should fix. No, it just gets popped right into your pocket. You don't actually see the pagey at all. Also, I don't know if you actually get one the first time. I swear to God. Well, we're going to be doing another Rextro arcade today, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. See if they actually do give you one. Because I thought it was only for the high score one. Also, speaking of Rextro's arcade, here's this monolith of text. So, I see Rare hasn't lost its magic touch with infuriating minigames. The first Rextro game, I thought was way too easy. I got all the upgrades, the shooting killed all the enemies, etc. Then Rextro said beat it again for another prize. First off, the first minigame he's talking about is that minecart one. on the first stage. It is incredibly easy to beat that minigame. You don't have to play to like the fullest extent. Even trying to get the high score is brain deadly easy because you have so much time and you only have to do it in half the time. It's crazy.
Oh dear viewer Buttersnuffs, you've missed quite the spectacle. Master's
Quite the spectacle,
playthrough of
Buttersnuffs.
Yooka-Laylee was nothing short of fascinating. He provided the characters
Oh, this is for
with
Yooka-Laylee,
impeccable
Botany.
voice acting,
This is the
making
Yooka-Laylee
dialogue
threads now.
lively
This is
and
no
vivid.
longer on Death
We
Seer.
had fun
I've moved
exploring
past you
vibrant
now,
worlds,
although I will come back.
meeting unique characters, and collecting countless collectibles. We also had to deal with some tricky platforming and challenging
That's a
puzzles,
very
which
broad
adds to
summary,
the game's
Sugar.
charm. And of course, there were plenty of humorous moments.
All you mainly missed, Buttersnuffs, was I finished the first stage. Tribal Stack Tropics is 100% complete. So, you know, 4 more levels to go and it's done. That's fair, Barney. That's fair. Either way, a plot summary real fast. This guy's saying the minigame was so easy to beat and the second time around he fucking just raged so hard he threw his controller against the wall. It's the same minigame. Nothing changes. Like, the fact that he was able to shoot and kill all the enemies in the first minigame is baffling to me, because if you rewatch the footage that I did, I tried shooting all the enemies and it didn't work, yet I was still able to finish it because the game's piss easy, okay? Like, good God. Regardless though,
Oazurai 495, dear viewer, you certainly have
a way with words.
Might I suggest a more elegant vocabulary?
It's just the game. He's just that good.
Try
Like,
rain or drizzle.
yeah, you have
Those might suit your
nothing
style
changes
better.
between the first time you do the minigame and the second time. It is the same thing. But anyway, third extra sad beat it again for another prize. PTSD of Banjo-Kazooie and Donkey Kong 64 entered, and realized that the second playthrough always had BS mechanics. The controls suddenly always never seem as sharp, and none of the mechanics work.
Oh, dear
Bingo!
viewer, Oazurai
Shooting enemies does
495 and
nothing.
Buttersnuffs.
All of the
Such an
flames
exquisite
get me
choice of words
even
you
when the
both have.
timings aren't right.
While I don't
All the jumps
particularly
fall.
enjoy metaphoric
Yeah, I
showers
love
of
their
your chosen
platforms, but
substances,
certainly
I
their
must say
minigame,
what is
screwing
refreshing
around
about-
is just
or should I
isn't
say, it's
fun.
damn bloody crude.
Wait, what did you say, Sugar? Zerai and Buttersnuffs. Oh, okay. What the fuck? She hates us. Fucking hell. Is it fun? Some minigames on their older games I spent months trying to beat. Thought I was crap until you YouTube it, and some of their older minigames literally had to be milliseconds perfect, especially Donkey Kong 64. It isn't 1983 anymore. Wait, what are you what are you talking about? The Donkey Kong 64 minigames, you mean like Jetpack? And the fucking like DK arcade game? What the fuck are you talking about? Milliseconds? Nah. Nah. They ain't that strict, alright? You're just bad. It isn't 1983 anymore, where the game has to be prohibitively difficult to get 90 hours of playtime because memory storage wouldn't allow big games. Why do they make their minigames second perfect required? It just isn't fun. Second perfect required? How much did the first minigame actually hurt you, my man? Like, holy shit. Again, if you watch the Yooka-Laylee footage, you can rewind how easy it is, because nothing changes. Literally nothing changes between the first and second attempt. It is the same minigame. You just have to beat it in half the time, and both times you can beat it in half the time. Beyond one frame. You gotta try really, really, really hard to beat these minigames, alright? And, like, not only that, but I don't think the Yooka-Laylee minigames are like anywhere near as hard as like maybe the jetpack minigame from Donkey Kong 64. All right, what the fuck? I don't think. Fucking hell. Oh my god. Oh, Azurai. Speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh, fuck, I was gonna play some of that tonight because I had a very, very, very funny match against what were they using? They were using Sword Souls, and it was just like. I've never had that hero deck open with like all hand traps, but it was literally all hand traps. Like you got your Niburus, your Ashes, Forbidden Goblet, Called by the Grave, and like something else in my hand. Infinite Impermanence. All of the hand traps in my hand, and I'm like, well, I got no starters. How is this gonna go? And sure enough, it was like 12 turns of absolute nonsense. My favorite part was using Niburu, stun locking him, and then him just attempting to attack me with the Nibiru token over and over again. However, then finally when I drew a starter and actually had a combo going, he fucking effect veilers me. I called by it. He effect veilers me again. I called by it, and then he quits. Like, god damn it. Anyway, is this the same guy? Is it the same guy the whole time? Oh my god, okay. The map takes 30 seconds when done perfectly. 5 laps, and you have to get 2 minutes and 30 seconds to get the pagey. So basically, a perfect run needed to the millisecond. This is bullshit. Absolute bullshit. What do you mean perfect run? You can get hit over and over and over again and still have enough time to make it 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 30 seconds is really generous, all right, for the first minigame. Yet the enemies' hitboxes are impossible to dodge. The firing actually gets rid of them. Oh, the firing never actually gets rid of them. And the car is just not responsive to the controls at all, like it was in the first race. How did it change? My man, how did the controls change between games? That doesn't make any sense. It's the same. It's the same controls. Nobody swapped your controller around, all right? It's the same bullshit. The last one annoys me to no end. It happened in Banjo-Kazooie and Donkey Kong also. Bullshit. They literally code the controllers to behave badly. And the cart is just like it's on ice. Sorry, the cart is just like on ice and so much harder to control in the first set of 5 laps. That is bullshit. That is bullshit. It also controls like ass with the whole ice physics in the first one as well. It doesn't change. What do you mean it changes? How are you like seeing through the code? It's the same lap. It's the same game. Nothing happens. It's just like, but it's nuts. You ever have that moment where like every time you fail in Monster Hunter, it's always because the hunt that you're doing changed on the fly. All right. It's not the same hunt you did previously. It's a different hunt now. Different monster. All right. Fuck, they keep changing it up. Anyway. Now enjoying the race with Racy. What the fuck is Racy? What are you talking about? And no matter how many butterflies I eat, the power bar just goes to 0. You're not supposed to eat them, you fuckwit. Anyway, at the last 2 hoops, I always lose. Check YouTube, and the butterflies restore the power bar. Yay, a bug. You're not supposed to eat them. And butterflies are a bug, by the way. But you're not supposed to eat them. You just run into them. What do you mean? What are you eating them for? Unfortunately, I have played for over 2 hours, so I can't refund this. Rare, you truly have fallen. Rare. You know Rare makes Sea of Thieves now, and they've been making Sea of Thieves for like 10 years? I don't think you can call out Rare for this. Rare. Fucking hell. Mid-hunt. Yeah, that attack that one-shot you was their like bullshit attack. It was just that one. Every other attack, they didn't get the power boost. Rare didn't make the game. Platonic did. It has Rare devs, but it's not the same company. I like how this is the only response he got. You could really debunk this guy's response significantly just by posting like a video of the minigame in question. Absolutely absurd. The other thing is, was it this thread or was it something else? I think it was this thread, and I actually think I have... Yeah, I think I do have one of the tabs for this. Basically, he did pay for the game, so that's a plus. Thank you, Exonerated Phoenix. I appreciate that. Some people who are complaining about Yooka-Laylee got a key from it or got it on Epic for free and complained about it. And I'm like, how do you have the audacity to complain about a free game? Like, my brother in Christ. What are you doing? Sea of Thieves is okay. It's really good now. Sea of Thieves obviously, well, geez. Sea of Thieves when it came out and in its first like couple of seasons wasn't like the best because there wasn't like that much content. Now I could argue there's too much content actually. There's so much shit you can do just from playing the game. It's a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun. And also, it is significantly easier to get up to a Pirate Legend now than it was when the game first came out. Like, dude, fucking hats off to the people who got to Pirate Legend in the first like year of the game's release. Like, all you were doing was just getting the same chests over and over and over again, and it was like fucking mind-numbing. At least now there's like different ways to also gain reputation for all the different factions, so you don't have to do the same bullshit over and over and over again. Anyway, what's this one? Oh yeah, so this is another like huge complaint with the game. I don't know how, because it's people being mad at a spiritual successor game for being a spiritual successor. That is baffling to me. It's purposefully designed to be like this based on its source material. It shouldn't change. It should never change. The entire rig taken from them. Absolutely absurd. Anyway, Legato Blue Summers. What's going on with the voices? I don't think I've ever heard something so horrific in my life. Is there no voiceovers? Just these bizarre grunting sounds? They even put them on the menu buttons for some strange reason. Is my game broken? I turned the voices down to 0 in the audio options for now. And this is the best response. Research the inspiration for this game. So, if I research the inspiration for this game, will that make the horrible noises sound better? I don't think that's what he means, but sure, mate, go for it, alright? Because the other reason is, it's a lot of Zoomers who have never played Banjo-Kazooie or Banjo-Tooie or any of the early Rare games, and just play Yooka-Laylee and be like, why is there no voice acting in my video game? What? You want first off, you want the game to be easier for you, and then secondly, you don't want to have to read? What? My guy, please. Yeah, that was a pretty redacted comment. This is a question that will always come up, and there's just no fix, just a workaround. In 2017, they released a patch to tone them down. Could you imagine playing them not toned down? It's a sound effect though, so you could turn off the sound effects. It's a spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie. Fucking hell, Banjo-Kazooie, which had that feature.
Horrible, in your short-sighted, toxic, juvenile opinion. Wow. It is very charming and was born from a genius idea. Like, I don't mind the grunts in the game. They're actually okay, because you can, you know, if you have like, I don't know, a first grade reading level, you can actually understand what they're saying. It's pretty crazy. Similar things. Like, I feel like it would come across as a bit odd if they were just speaking English, like if they were voiced properly. Then I would probably find that a bit strange, you know, a bit odd. I don't know if I'd like that. I don't know if it was in this thread or another one later, but somebody did explain that A Hat in Time has both of these as a feature. Like, it has voice acting, but it also has a feature of a badge where you can just turn it into mumble speak, which is this, which is the whole grunting noise for the dialogue, which is nice that they have that option, all right, for people. Granted, Yooka-Laylee doesn't have that option, all right? It's a team of like fucking 5 devs, all right? Not a whole lot of voice actors on the team, okay? Anyway, the game was inspired by Banjo-Kazooie, which had that horrible noise. It's funny and charming for a game which doesn't take itself seriously. The noises are only horrible because of your expectations, not because of their quality. Wait, what is this profile picture, Mr. Hogwriter? Excuse me? Alright. No! They're legitimately terrible noises to listen to. Just because they give you member berries doesn't mean they're nice to listen to. I don't get this lecturing. This guy's 5 years old. No. They're legitimately terrible noises to listen to. No, they're not. You're just exaggerating to get attention or something. And it's not like you can't hit the cancel button and scroll the dialogue and skip them. Oh no! I thought my audio files had been corrupted. Ark. That's too that is awful to listen to over and over again at the start of each sentence you read. It adds nothing except, according to this thread, nostalgia feels. I mean, you can turn them off if you really don't like them that much, like, you know, or you can turn them off and then voice it yourself if you really feel like it. I don't understand why this guy wants the voices handed to him. Like, yeah, man, do it, go for it. You're welcome, you crybaby. Oof. You didn't know a redacted thing about this game, or Banjo-Kazooie, before you got it, did you? Because seeing you overreact to this minor and childish stuff is not going to have the effect on people that you think it will.
Monster Hunter-ese. It's like, I think another aspect of it is, if you watch your anime with the subs or dubs, if you watch it in Japanese, and you're just reading the subtitles, how is Yooka-Laylee any different to that? How is it any different? You can't understand what they're saying, just read the dialogue. It's the same concept. This guy probably doesn't watch anime either. This dude is clearly too young to have played any games on the N64 era. Fair. Also, yeah, the South Park references and stuff. Like, this goes on, but absolutely unhinged. Anime trains you for this. Guy just needs to watch more anime. It's that easy. Also, hang on. I need to get some water for this one. Hold on. Buttersnuffs. Fucking hell.
Is this game really bad? Or is it all boomers talking loud saying nothing?
What does that mean, gibberish man? What does that mean? Are you saying that, what are you saying, boomers are bad, or are you saying the game is bad and boomers are just like blinded by nostalgia? What are you trying to say? Well, to be honest, I'm 50-50 on it. Some levels are really nice and some aren't. For me, I played Banjo-Kazooie and wanted a spiritual successor, so I backed the game. However, this game has two noticeable issues. A lot of areas and levels are pretty empty and barren, most likely because of how big and expansive the maps are. They didn't really have a lot of options to fill some of them up. Smaller, condensed levels would have been a lot more enjoyable in my opinion. The pacing of the game is pretty bad near the end because a lot of upgrades lets you bypass some puzzles. I can agree with both of these statements so far, because yes, the later levels are pretty big. Looking at you, casino level, I haven't seen Galleon Galaxy yet, but that casino level, holy fucking piss. And being able to fly literally anywhere at any time to cross as many gaps as you want is cracked. Like, that bypasses a lot of the jumping puzzles and shit that you can do. Fucking hell. I still think this game is okay, but I wouldn't really find myself recommending it for full price, just because I was a bit disappointed. However, I do believe their second game is probably worth a grab. I just have really mixed feelings about this game. The main thing everyone else expected is for this game to get some post-launch support with DLC, which never really came. Keeping in mind, there was a stretch goal reached that stated it would give all backers DLC for free, which may be a contributing factor. Speaking of DLC, by the way, I didn't realize that N64 tonic that I've been putting on and have had on since like I found it, is the DLC. That wasn't there on launch. That came out like a couple months after. So yeah, I'm gonna keep on the nostalgia glasses for the entirety of the game because I didn't know that was considered DLC. Anyway, it's a good game. I really enjoyed it. 8.5 out of 10, that's pretty high. Minigame controls are not very good though. I bought the game full price and think that that was worth it. Personally, I don't understand a lot of the criticism the game got. A lot of people complained about the camera and the world being empty. But I barely ever had any issues with the camera and never thought the world was empty. Are you sure? It's funny because Zelda Breath of the Wild is regarded as a masterpiece of a game. But I think Breath of the Wild has the most bland, barren, empty wasteland of a game world I've seen in years. Yet here's Yooka-Laylee. That just gets a number of bad reviews over a supposed empty game. So here's the problem, brilliant barrier between Breath of the Wild and Yooka-Laylee. Yooka-Laylee has a bunch of collectibles that you're intended to get. For example, you could argue in Breath of the Wild that the Korok seeds are, you know,
they're not required for 100% unless you really want to get the golden piece of shit. But if you were scouring the map for every single Korok seed, yeah, it'd be pretty bad. All right, don't get all 900 Korok seeds.
Is absolutely one of those. If Yooka-Laylee has 1 million fans, then I am one of them. If Yooka-Laylee has 10 fans, then I am one of them. If Yooka-Laylee has only 1 fan, then that is me. If Yooka-Laylee has no fans, then that means I am no longer on Earth. If the world is against Yooka-Laylee, then I am against the world.
Oh my god, Butterstuffs. Not wrong. You're not wrong. The reason why I argue that Yooka-Laylee's worlds are probably more barren than Breath of the Wild is because you're supposed to be scouring each level to collect a whole bunch of random crap. And when you're going from point A to point B and there's not something to like, there's not something there, there's not a quill that guides you, there's not a page that guides you, there's not a puzzle there, there's nothing. That's just empty space. It's just a traversal area. There's literally nothing pulling you that way. That's bad. Breath of the Wild at least has like things you can see off in the distance that do assist with that. What's a good level for this? I guess that like, because I keep coming back to, I know the glacier, what is it? What the fuck is it called? Like that, the second level is probably a good example of this. In my opinion, so far, the 4 levels I played, I would say the glacier one is probably the worst. Because that one's just a little too confusing. The casino one is at least a box, so you can't really get too lost in the box. But that glacier one is like fucking, there's too many rooms and it's going all over the place and shit. The swamp one, you can at least see everything from a high enough vantage point. You can see where you have to go. Big does not equal good. I think they wanted to make bigger worlds to be more expansive and, you know, build upon Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie. Because Tooie's worlds were pretty, like Click Clock Wood was pretty big for Banjo-Kazooie. Like that world was huge in Banjo-Kazooie standards. Tooie expanded upon that and had each world like get progressively more bigger. Like the Pterodactyl Land is where it starts to get a little out of control. And then of course Cloud Cuckoo Land is fucked. But again, most of those are just little small sections split apart by like floating islands and shit. Well, Banjo condenses a lot more of the collectibles down. For example, in Tooie, if they didn't group together the nests of notes and they had all the notes scattered about, holy shit, I think Tooie would be pretty bad. I'll be real with you. Oh, in that case, if you're comparing that, then I would say Donkey Kong 64 is probably the limit, where that's too many collectibles. But, like, I have never finished legitimately Donkey Kong 64 because I don't know how to. Now I know that you don't need 100% of every single banana in the game with every single character. You only need like 75 with each character because you just have to get the medallion and that's it. But because you have 5 different sets of collectibles per level is insane. Like each character has their own set of collectibles. They've got their own bananas, their own coins, their own golden bananas, so their own puzzles and moves to access other areas, to open access for other Kongs to go do their shit, and all the blueprints as well. Like, Jesus Christ. And make you want 100%. That is true. I guess in that sense, this game does have that too. Yooka-Laylee is good at having an expansive world that does make you want to like collect everything. The problem is the way things are hidden, I don't really like that much, and how far away each thing is from another thing. Like that one quill in the Shovel Knight area on Tribal Stack Tropics, that was placed there intentionally to fuck with people who want 100% the game. And if there's more of that, oh my god. Got some good entertainment. What is the cooldown on TTS? Hang on. Actually curious. It's 300 seconds? Alright, I'll give you 60 seconds. How about that? That's alright. Actually, no, alright, I'll take it off for a second. I'll put it back on though later. That's fair. I still don't know the gain. Oh, what's the word? I don't know the gain of channel points that everybody has at the moment.
Honestly, coming here to complain. For context, I'm an OG Yu-Gi-Oh fan who stopped watching / playing around 05 or so. My 7-year-old has recently gotten into it. So I downloaded Master Duel and got out my cards to brush up and play with him.
Oh my god.
Wow, this game has changed. I played my first online Master Duel and my opponent got a 4900 ATK monster out turn 1 and ended the duel by turn 3 using this XYZ or pendulum black card nonsense. Even absorbed my cards to do so. What made this game great was the longbow.
The longbow. Is this gonna be another one of those like skill issues where like, because I have been meaning next time KBJ goes live, I've got something I want to TTS in his channel, because holy fuck, I was looking back at one of the Yu-Gi-Oh things and I was like, dude, I could easily just copy paste this as a good one. Color palettes. Oh, true. I mean, well, the Atomics don't really do that, sadly.
Strong monster out and ending the duel in 3 turns is fun from either side. I guess I will need to figure this new crap out or Kiddo won't stand a chance. Not trying to attack anyone who enjoys the new stuff, and once I figure it out I might as well.
Fucking hell. What was it? I understand that they have a solo mode for a particular reason, to sort of ease you into the whole like mechanics behind X, Y, Z's, synchros, and pendulums and shit. But someone who's never played Yu-Gi-Oh, coming in, loading up a ranked match, and just getting handed like blasted with fucking snake eyes is gonna have a fucking field day. Like, holy shit. At least when I ended playing Yu-Gi-Oh, before Master Duel came out, it was at a point where like Links just came out. So like, I was still getting blasted with like Firewall Dragon and shit. It was still pretty bad. Oh my god. Now the audience, that's hilarious. I mean, surely he can at least take the time to, you know, just verse his son in Yu-Gi-Oh, at least. Like, I imagine that's the goal of why he's playing Yu-Gi-Oh again. Especially distancing himself from the game for like 20 years, which is absurd. So that tributes. So what was the card? I don't know if it's Summoner's Art or the Ancient Summoning Scroll or whatever the fuck it was, but like, yeah, that card was probably like hyper skill. All right, being able to use that spell card to just special summon Blue Eyes from your hand. Wowee, wowee. And now instead I have Blue Eyes Alternate Dragon, which lets me just reveal it, and then I get to summon it anyway, and then I get to destroy a card in the field. Nuts. To give us an honest try. I wish it was like a little bit easier to act like. I just want casual mode to not be whatever it is now. All right, I don't know what you'd call it.
Decks like these should be allowed. Konami must ban those XYZs and trash cards.
Ban XYZs.
And to any meta sheep that defends bullshit like what that person did, I'm blocking you, cause your egos are extremely fragile. It's not fun for us casual players trying to get gems. I'm sick of this.
What? Dude, Azura, I hate to be on the, what was it, the opposing side to Deathseer for this, but like that Omni Hero deck, I love it so much because I can just load up a ranked duel and then not worry about what my opponent has and just win. It is absurd. But then, in accordance to Deathseer, that means that not only have I net decked, which is pretty bad, or according to him, I have a deck that automatically plays itself because I just know the combos, I guess. Because I know all of the combo lines that deck can possibly do. That means I have an auto deck. That means I automatically win every battle. and just get gems, my daily gems, and fuck off. Like, what the fuck? You're one of them? I have become one of them. I mean, that is the thing that blows my mind. If you've played a deck enough, and in many, 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 like, rounds of Yu-Gi-Oh, you're probably going up against everything. You're most likely going to figure out how, you know, if you haven't built the deck from scratch, all right, Deathseer, and you've actually, like, seen some combo lines and shit, some YouTube videos, you've net decked it, okay? You can kind of get an understanding of where your deck will end up by the final, like, the final summons you're allowed to do, your end board, so to speak. Pilot your confidence. Fucking hell. All the more reason why I want to fight Daimono, though. Although I'm a little scared because Daimono says he runs runics. I'm a little scared about that. I still want to fight Daimono, though. But no, I find it interesting, especially with Mementos as well. Mementos has like 3 or 4 starters in the deck. Like, out of all the cards it has, there's a shitload of starters, which is fucking baffling to me, by the way. And they all end on the same end board, which is either your boss monster plus the field spell plus the negate trap, or if you're really, really lucky, your boss monster plus the field spell plus the trap plus the other trap. That's usually about it. And then at that point, your opponent can't really do anything, which is funny. And steady support. I saw the other 2 cards. I saw the Magical Sheep #2 Mementos card, and the other, like, insane fusion, which I really want to see. That fusion is fucking cool as. The triple Mementos fusion. I want those cards. The sheep does so much. I don't know what its effect actually was, and I don't know how it fits into the main combo, but that is pretty cool. Also, a friend of mine, what was it? I was versing K-Trix the other day, and he hasn't seen Mementos before, and because I've seen it, I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna put down this witch, and then this witch is just gonna do like fucking a million different things. And now I have my boss monster with 5,000, and it's like, what do you do against that? What's your play? What are you gonna do? Fucking hell. What I understand the main goal for a lot of the meta Mementos decks is to have just that one combo, and that's your only combo. I'm a little scared about that because I like having a backup strategy, which is why I have 2 of the boss monsters. I know some people only use 1 of the creation fucking boss monsters, but I feel like 1 is a little too, like, frail, because if they do 1 Regeki, it's fucked. So I want to have another one for backup just in case. I mean, not that it's too difficult to get out again, like, you just fucking bring it back from the graveyard like nothing ever happened, but still, absolutely absurd. Anyway, sorry, this game's a good game. I can guarantee it's boomers. Well, yeah, boomers. Boomers don't play video games. That's a fair point. This is the guy who originally posted the thing.
I've completed the game and can't say the same. There is no levels. There is worlds, so no wonder devs created them with this scale. Sorry. So no wonder devs created them with this scale. Fucking hell, I don't know, it's so hard to say. And they are actually packed with enemies, puzzles, and secrets. After 5 hours of exploring each level, I barely found 3/4 of pages and other stuff. That is bad, my guy. That is very bad. Don't praise that. That's not good. Swabbit Casino wasn't great, but at least Jungle and Space Ocean Worlds were pure Kino. What? Near the end, because a lot of upgrades lets you bypass some puzzles. You talking about flying? It appears later and allow you to bypass only some platforming, but not puzzles. It brings feel of freedom to travel how players want in 2, just like in Super Mario 64. For me, it's feature, not floor. No, I think it is a flaw, because again, as I pointed out in the last stream of Yooka-Laylee, you don't need the high jump anymore. The flying is just an upgraded high jump that is infinitely better than any, like, other height gain you could get, and completely bypasses any platforming puzzles from earlier stages, which is
baffling to me because of how early and how quickly you can actually get that, which trivializes a lot of the basic pages to get that would require precise platforming. You can just fly to the end, so to speak. And that's all because it's based on your power bar. It's not like a limited resource. Your power bar recharges, so like you could just keep doing it over and over again. But it's that is true. I like, that's why I like decks that can pivot mid game. Like maybe you have one combo and then your next turn is a completely different combo that just baffles your opponent. Like I like that kind of stuff. And doing, I will say, the Mementos combo, it's like if you don't stop at the Mementos combo at any point, it's always gonna end the exact same. Like it's not gonna stop. Zoom in with the forum? I think I can. Hang on. Let me go to studio mode and try this because I'll need to do this. And I should be able to change it here. Hold on. Gotta make sure it's centered perfectly. Alright, that should be fine. I did Azura. I got the Mementos. I was looking at the new cards that came out the other day, and I was like, oh look, there's Horus, Salamangreat, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck either of those are, but what's this other random crap, Mementos? Like, yo, what the fuck is Mementos? That looks different and unique. I'll try that. Because I want to have at least a modern deck, because I haven't used I haven't used Snake Eyes, I haven't used any of the Viscous Frost shit, I haven't used any of the Fallen of Albus cards, but the Memento stuff looked pretty cool. A little absurd though, my mouse is so big now. But I also like that they're all like rainbowy colored too, I like that. Basically exactly for them. That is true. I do like that the monsters are based off of old Yu-Gi-Oh cards too. Like the fucking Goblin Calligrapher is the fucking Mementos Goblin and shit. And Creature in the Attic is Gaddock. I like those. I like those. Some of them are OCG only though, which is funny. Like the Tatsunoki or whatever the fuck it's called. That's an OCG card. I'm like, oh, alright. I've got nothing to compare that to. Fucking hell. But Twin-Headed Dragon, the fusion, being like, you know, repurposed for the Memento stuff is pretty cool. I like that. I think it's pretty neat.
I've sworn to never use metas. Mperm, on the other hand, not sure if I know that too well. I'll have to look it up, but there really isn't much I can do when it's on my draw phase that they did that shit. I have Lobo in the deck, and there are some cards I'll probably use. It's just Ash is too meta for me. Everyone seems to have it these days and they use it when they want to make it so I can't play anything. Same thing with Baron de Fleur. Way too meta. That's
okay, Azura, if you asked me, do you use Ash about what, like maybe 3-4 years ago, I'd be like,
no, I don't want to use meta cards. I don't like Raigeki. I don't want to use shit like that.
But now, of course, I'm like, nah, fuck yeah, put it in. Effect Veiler, put it in, fuck it. Put them all in. Called by the Grave, need those. Because, my opinion on those cards have changed, and I feel like if any Yugi boomers out there want to know why you should add those cards, it's not to lock your opponent out of their combos. It's not for any of that bullshit. It's to lock your opponent from locking you out of that bullshit. Like them using Max C, and you're like, well, I don't want you to use Max C. That's why you have Ash in your hand, and you can stop the Max C, or Called By. Then you can stop the Max C, so you can actually play the game and have fun. Complaining that your deck gets shut down because they obviously ash you and you couldn't do anything about it, that just goes to show you don't have any of those fucking hand traps that stop that shit in your deck. Like,
Just having a couple core buys, a cross-out designator, I don't know, an effect veiler, a Minash, some other bullshit, Nibiru as well. Just lets it so you can play the game. All right, those cards are there so you can actually have fun. That's literally the only existence of those cards. I don't see them as actually being like meta cringe. I mean, granted, everybody does use them. If that's, I don't know. I guess that is the definition of meta cringe, but still, just use them, man. It's fine. No one's gonna call you a cunt for using them. It's all right. Sorry. Anyway, this guy's saying that the flying is okay. I don't think the flying is okay. I really have an issue with the flying in Yooka-Laylee. Because I think an issue with it is the way you get moves, essentially, because in Banjo-Kazooie there's that note requirement for moves, and there is a note requirement in this. The problem is it's the pagey requirement to get there. The pagey requirement for these later stages are so low that you can unlock the final stage like super early on, and get all the moves in the game like almost immediately. Granted, there's another problem with the flying as well. In Banjo-Kazooie, you're limited to the flight pads specifically. So if you wanted to fly, you can only fly in specific areas, and you had the feather limit as well. Yooka-Laylee doesn't have that. Yooka-Laylee, you can fly anywhere, whenever you want. And it is very generous with how far you can fly. Playing midway through. It's because the game isn't really balanced around flying. Like, it's balanced around it later on. Like, I'm sure Galleon Galaxy is balanced around flying. The earlier game I don't think is balanced around it, because, you know, you get that pretty late, technically. It is a traversal mechanic, but it is kind of fucked. I know the last move, I think, is the invulnerability, which is equally as absurd. Because there's no resource. The resource is your power meter, but your power meter just recharges over time. Like, pretty quickly, too, I might add. So, it's not like the fucking gold feathers where once you run out of them, you're fucked. Alright? And you have to use them sparingly. You don't have to worry about using the flying or using your invulnerability sparingly. You just have it. And it's just a thing that you have. I don't agree with this. I guess another example of this, going to a different game. Do you remember the red star in Super Mario Galaxy? The red star that lets you fly around? That's really cool. That is a really cool power-up, and it is really nice. However, it is very restrictive to where and when you're allowed to actually use the red star. As it's only like a very specific niche thing. But it's very fun, right? If Mario and Mario Galaxy could just fucking fly whenever the hell they want, that does trivialize a lot of the platforming puzzles in the game, you know, when you think about it. Just a random thought. Because that's literally what's happened in this game. Sorry. This has 5 big and mostly empty worlds, with the collectibles scattered without meaning, sometimes in unlogical areas. The main collectibles are most of the time a grabbable, completely going around intended puzzle, and that puzzle is mostly non-intriguing jumping to 1 or 2 platforms, sometimes hitting a switch. I mean, thanks for describing the game really like bare bones, but I'm worried to think about the unlogical areas. So far, I would say Tribal Stack Tropics is okay. A bar from a few specific areas where there's just 1 quill for fucking no reason, or like 2 or 3 quills for no reason, like somewhere off the beaten path where you're not gonna go. I don't particularly agree with those placements. As for pages though, I think they're fine. I don't think I had an issue with any of the pages, and this is just for the first level, by the way. I don't know how ridiculous they get later on. But if every level was about the same size as Tribal Stack Tropics, that should be okay. I probably wouldn't have an issue then. Obviously, later on, they get way too big. But, you know, whatever. Sorry, I'm nearly 5 hours in on World 2 currently. Whilst the game does have its flaws, most notably its camera, but it's quite easy to look past that. It is actually enjoyable. Okay, fair enough. Somebody did say that you can fix the camera controls in the options menu. I'll have to have a look at that. Okay, I'm gonna move. Oh fuck, hang on. Maybe once the promised Kickstarter backed DLC drops, it'll be better in 2022 or later. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd say it's better now. Sure, whatever you say. This is interesting. I actually want to know if this is possible. Beating the game without expanding the worlds. Out of curiosity, is it possible to beat the game, i.e. collect 100 pages and... Well, you can't collect 100 pages, that's impossible. And beat the final boss without expanding any of the grand tomes. I know you'd miss out on a lot of content, but it would be an interesting concept if possible. This 100 pages thing is actually impossible because expanding the level adds the pages. Who's gonna tell him? Yoshi rules. No, the max seems to be 83 pages. Here's my high score. Wow, you actually did it. Holy fuck. Oh, wait, there's more than... Oh, right, because there's fucking 200 pages. Right. Wait, is the 200 or is that 100 pages? This is a lot of pages. Hang on. What am I looking at here? That's with not expanding it. Huh. Interesting.
Am I dumb or does the game make my life difficult? I installed the game a few months ago, but I stopped playing for reasons of life S7CKS and make you cry a lot and I still crying, and since my other games that I ordered not gonna arrive for 3 weeks at least I thought about playing again. I'm not an active player, already saying that. I think I was just playing online with the deck the game provided and I ended up getting bored as the deck I wanted to buy didn't appear anywhere at time. And also because of many defeats, like, I literally just started and I'm catching a guy who plays like a pro, like, the guy was imitating almost perfectly a professional player that I saw on Live. I'll never forget that. I pressed the card I wanted, but it was in an unavailable box. Like, I can't even buy with the money the game gives in a deck that's not even meta.
What the fuck are you
If I
talking
remember
about?
correctly, I think the name was the Destruction Box or something.
Wait, what is the fuck? Wasn't it just... What the fuck is he talking about? What the fuck is he talking about? What is this destruction box? What? Freaking school system taught me. Fuck. Oh my god. I have noticed that there are a few cards you can't craft because they're limited time exclusive cards. Like the alternate art god cards for secret pack. Oh! Okay, that would make sense then. If the secret pack was unavailable. He never stood a chance. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. I was trying to figure it out. Knowing I can die happy now. Oh man. Also, spoiler alert, you only need 100 pages to beat the game. Interesting. I'll make a note of that. Also, this guy's name, holy shit.
Never refunded a game this quickly. Let me know when there's a fix for the controls and camera, so it doesn't control like I've had 5 beer. Thank you.
This was very recent, by the way, only a couple of years ago. Baffling to me. Oh, great. I came here to check if they bothered to update it yet. But I guess they just don't give a crap. I mean, this game's pretty old now, Wellbot. Like, it's pretty old. I don't think they're gonna randomly update the game with, like, better controls. I mean, better controls. What's that bad about the controls? Is there a drunk tonic? Maybe. I actually don't know about it enough. So that would be funny if there was. This is what I'm curious about. I want to check if Dill Warbridge actually is telling the truth here. There's something in the options to fix the camera control, which I don't know what that is, but anyway.
Wait, what? Well, I might have to revisit this title sometime then. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, I refunded the game, but I'll buy it again if they fix it. Yeah, sure you will. Sure you will, Fat Burger Farts. Sure you will. Experience what that guy experienced. Get Yooka-Laylee nice and intoxicated. Every single 3D platform has weird controls, and some folks can't handle it. Every single one released has people whining about it as if it's the worst ever. Par for the course. Not your genre. This is a laughing gif, by the way. I'm not clicking on your garbage link. If you have a response, then type it, you coward. What an interesting individual. What an interesting individual. What the fuck is this? Okay, I don't know what this is. Exclusive mode is mandatory. Hi guys, Joe Cool here. First of all, I'm enjoying this game so far. However, my character seemed to move too slow and clunky. In fact, in the first world, I couldn't win the race against Nimble, no matter what. I mean, you can watch the replay I had. It wasn't that hard, my guy. It really wasn't that hard. So, I thought at first that maybe it was necessary. Some kind of turbo or another upgrade not yet available to me. I mean, there is a spin dash that could help. Then, I wanted to go to the second world. And basically, to reach the second book, you must get an upgrade that allow the bat to glide. So, you can cover a long distance. I tried for like half an hour to get across the gap, but I was barely able to reach the ledge. Only then I realized that something wasn't working properly. Did you talk to Trouser, who was right next to the ledge? He's literally right next to that ledge where you have to glide across. He's literally there being like, hey, you guys want some free moves to get across this gap? You're shitting me. He's literally there. So mad at the GIF. Dude, e-joying is the only way to e-joy properly. I remembered by chance that when you start the game, you get two options. The normal start option, and this, launch the game in exclusive mode. I still don't know what it means. Long story short, if you have the feeling that the lizard is moving too slow, or you can't make certain jumps no matter what, a hell of a problem in a platform, lol, try to launch the game in exclusive mode. It worked. What is this bullshit? It did not work for you. What the fuck are you talking about exclusive mode? What?
I ran the game in admin only mode. That let me move faster and control better. You guys should try it too. It's how the game is meant to be played.
Oh, this guy didn't actually get a response. Damn. I want to know people using exclusive mode. Fucking hell, is it right? Fucking hell. Yeah, I'll boot up my PlayStation 5 copy in exclusive mode. Thank you. Hell, but not sure what to do next. So far, I've made it. We're almost at the end, by the way. So far, I've made it into 3 worlds: Trouble Stack Tropics, Yugioh, and the Marsh. Not sure where to go. Oh, not sure where to go and what to do next. Questions. 1. I have only seen one boss so far in the Marsh. Do the other worlds have bosses? If so, how do you find them just by continuing to search until you find them by luck? No, you have to expand the world in some cases. 2. Is there anything important to do in the area before entering World 1? This is the outdoor area before entering Highbury Towers. Yeah, get the quills. In Tribal Stack Tropics, how do you win the race? Oh, and there's also pages out there too. Sorry, how do you win the race? I ran out of energy from rolling after a while. Did you not gather the butterflies, Mr. Biggles? Mr. Biggles, are you joking? There are butterflies along the course. In the glacier level, do you need to get the snowman hats in order to continue progressing in the game? Or is this just an optional side quest? Every fucking page is an optional side quest. What the fuck are you talking about? They're all technically optional in their own right. You don't have to do anything in order to progress. I wish they had a map or an arrow giving me some kind of idea what I'm supposed to do. I'm not gonna lie. I know the games it's based on, Banjo-Kazooie and whatnot, didn't have maps and stuff like that. But in this particular game, because of how expansive the worlds are, a map would be kind of helpful. Just a top-down map view or whatever with, like, I don't know, a tonic that adds, like, fucking pointers to the map. Just a tonic that does it, so you kind of have a reminder. I'm gonna be doing the stage today, and I know that the snowmen are a little bit of a fucking bullshit trek, because you have to get the transformation first in order to get the hats, and then you have to remember where they all are for their respective hats. So that's gonna be fun. Anyway, 1. Every world has a boss. I believe we need to expand the world before we can find them. Not true in some cases. The outdoor area is mostly tutorial, but you can find some pages and feathers. 3. During the race, pick up the butterflies and you won't run out of energy. There is also a tonic you can apply to use less energy while rolling. 4. It's optional, unless you want all the achievements. He's got a point. He's got a point. This particular comment is very funny. This game was supposed to be the second coming of Christ, but then they went and put their own foot in their own redacted. Why did they have to self-sabotage greatness? If you had this expectation of the game that had to be the second coming of Christ, no way, man. No way. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I don't think the Banjo games or Yooka-Laylee was really meant for actual platforming at all. That's a hot take. These games barely have you do any of it because their moveset and controls weren't designed for it. They were meant for exploration, which isn't as interesting to me as actual platforming. I mean, yeah, if you're comparing like Banjo-Kazooie to Mario 64, that is fair. Oh yeah, you could say that, because Mario is more about platforming. The second coming of Christ. While exploring Banjo's levels was really fun due to how small and confined they were, or even Tui's much bigger worlds with its careful thought and design, Yuka's levels are too open and big, with barely any thought put into them. It shows how level design can save a game that might otherwise be mediocre.
Asks for our adorable chameleon and bat duo to be in a sacred
She knows that a chameleon and bat.
Thank you for such a creative request. Keep them coming. Here you go.
Yeah, Sugar? You got an image? I'll click the button. Sugar, yeah, you gonna do the rest of it? Yeah? Alright, here it is. Oh my god. Dude, what level is that? They got RTX on. Holy shit. They look so real. What the fuck? It's the second coming, it's him. Holy shit. Such a shame, because with careful design and planning and structure, this game had a lot of potential, especially when A Hat in Time was so good. It was mainly the level design and awful minigames that brought it down for me. It's just not that they're too big, but that they have barely any interesting layouts to them. I mean, I don't know if I'd have to argue with the interesting layouts. I think it is that they're not condensed enough. Like, I said it before in Yooka-Laylee, but my main gripe with the game is the, like, handling with movesets. Where I feel like you're given a hefty chunk of moves, like, pretty early at the start of the game. But because even without expanding, there are pages you can't technically do with that first limited moveset. And also, it seems very arbitrary to how many pages are in an unexpanded world. If it was like set standard and viewed on the total screen, like you have, you know, 0 out of 10 pages for Tribal Stack Tropics unexpanded, all right? And then it increased the count after you expanded it, all right? And you can then like see your totals. Oh, now you have like 10 out of 25 for the stage. I would be more on board with that. That's a fair point, Buttersnaps. That is a fair point. I haven't seen Galleon Galaxy, so I don't know what the go is with that stage. Casino level's pretty interesting because they have a different method for the pages. It's not the same. Swamp level is pretty... Well, it's a swamp level. The ice level is an ice level. That's standard, I suppose. And Trouble Stack Tropics, it's questionable, but the other games, Banjo-Kazooie and like Mumbo's Mountain, I guess, is like tribal-y kind of thing, and the Mumbo's Mountain, Mumbo's Mountain, and what was the other one? Mayhem Temple is also kind of tribal-y. Like, I guess they just start off with a tribal-y kind of stage. Like, that's just how it is, I guess. Like, I guess they just have that running theme, I suppose. Arguable, I'm wondering if, like, you could put Banjo-Tooie up to this, like, platter. I don't think you can, because Banjo-Tooie's levels are quite different than your standard, like, grass level, water level, fire level, and so forth. Yeah, because you have the tribal level, then you have a mine section, then a fucking theme park, then you have a water level. Although I guess the water level is a bit different, because it's like 90% underwater specifically. And then you have your fire and ice level. So I don't know, man. Wasn't ever done yet. That is true. I do wonder in planning why they picked these 5 themes for the levels. Again, maybe Galleon Galaxy is like a fucking... Like, it's gonna blow my mind with how good it is that I'm not even gonna think that the other levels are just like cookie cutter fucking basic ass fucking grass level, ice level, swamp level. Like, but I don't know, we'll see anyway. Sorry, they're too big. I think Yooka-Laylee is one of the best platformers of this decade. That is a hot take. A Hat in Time fits on this category too, but the moveset is planned for very small places, while Yooka-Laylee is planned for wide places, or he likes them wide. I like both of them, and I love Yooka-Laylee as a platform game. Understandable. The game is good, but it has its flaws, mainly the camera. A lot of people keep complaining about the camera. I've played dozens of 3D platformers, and this is up there with the worst. Oof. I played the game with a manual camera setting, and it's not too bad. It's really fine, in fact. Only at the moment of fly do you actually need to improve your skills with that movement, because it does mean literally go to land. Sorry, wait. With that movement, because go down literally means go to land. And it's hard to move the camera, but when you train this movement, it's very simple to control after that. Alright, Aru Tato, I'll give it a go, alright. Hat in Time to Yooka-Laylee is crazy. I mean, that's basically like comparing Banjo-Kazooie to Super Mario 64 though, I guess, in a sense. Although both games are kind of different. Holy shit, anyway. Wait, I'm finishing New Super Lucky's Tale. I've heard of that game, actually. Very good camera. Even the older version of the game with a fixed 3 camera angle feels better. Okay, I'll give the camera thing a try. Here's the last post. All right, what was this one? Oh yeah.
Weird voice acting. Can someone explain to me why they went with grunts as voice acting instead of letting the characters speak their lines like us humans do? Was it really too much asked from Platonic to give us an option to choose between the grunts or regular voice acting?
Dude. How much do you think it costs for voice acting, Timmy? How much do you think? In terms of quality, fair point. Fair point. Stylistic choice. If you're wondering, this is just the final cutscene. Spoiler alert, by the way, in case you haven't beat Banjo-Tooie. It do be like that. It's 8 or 10 gives it for.
So basically, they're forcing the basically they're forcing things of old back onto us instead of getting with the times. Got it.
Also, Timmy, I like this hot take. I really like this one, because this game is supposed to be a spiritual successor to an old game, and I feel like if you made a spiritual successor game nowadays that got with the times, it wouldn't be a spiritual successor game. Like Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, for example. I feel like Timmy would have a fucking aneurysm with Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Like,
he's like, wow, why does this game look like a Sega Dreamcast game? Wow, why didn't they just make it modern graphics instead?
Like, Timmy, the game is supposed to be like that for fans of those games. I love Jet Set Radio Future. I love Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. All right? That's just how it is. Like, I don't want the game to get with the times. I want it to be... I'm a boomer, my man. I want old games back, please. Let me have my old games. Sorry, what are the times? Does every game have to have a voice acting budget? It's literally just a stylistic choice. Like The King having a record scratching effect in Katamari Damacy. No one's forcing anything on you. Any new BRC mods? Oh shit. They put Radical Highway. Wait, Radical Highway? No fucking way. How? It's a good question. How? How do they do that? I really need to get Bomb Rush Cyberpunk on PC. Specifically just for the mods. There's level mods now? There's fucking level mods, dude. No way. All right, hang on. Is it on sale right now? Hold on. Where did I put Steam? No, Buttersnuffs. You're getting me excited here. There's no way. It's 60 bucks still. Ah, fuck. Why can't they just mod the Switch version? Oh. I really want to get it for PC though. Fucking hell. I will have to have a look at that Butterstuffs. Jesus. It's fucking wild though. Anyway, yeah, this guy's having fucking grunts forced on him. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, there is level mods now.
Oh my fucking god. That's really cool though. That is really cool. They aren't forcing this on you. You can turn it off in the options menu, and maybe you should inform yourself next time before blindly buying a game.
Yeah? Cause
so this is to blindly buying a game, Jesus Christ.
yeah? Why would they give me an option to switch to modern day voice acting, right? Also, I didn't buy this game, so maybe you're the ones who should inform themselves before you start claiming that I'm uninformed.
Also, Timmy, way to out yourself that you didn't spend money on the game. You didn't support the developers. Why are you complaining? Like, this is a bit of a double-edged sword take, because on one hand, you could say that they didn't have the funding for hiring a voice acting lineup, like a voice acting budget, but it's because people aren't, like, you know, helping them with that, Timmy. You're not buying the game, my man. What are you talking about?
And my keyboard goes like this: XD 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 XD
Oh,
XD
Brian didn't have any of that.
XD 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 D XD D XD D XXXD XD 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 D XD.
He just said XD. I thought he was gonna make a weird noise, but he's all right. Anyway, some sort of voice actor budget.
If they have the budget to get the actors in the studio to begin with, then they should have more than enough money to get those actors to speak English as well.
Timmy, my man, do you know how hard it is to, like, actually say a shitload of dialogue over the course of several days, as opposed to just because you could just say and then your entire character is completely voiced by that one thing. That's all you need. Then pitch shift it, repeat it over and over and over again. The actors were the devs, just coming in to do the voice motifs. Is this a major problem for you? Not have the game not having voice acting? Need your Tom Kenny, Chris Sabat, and Johnny DiMaggio, I don't know who that fucking last guy is, fix? Have you played the style of this game? It's their design choice. Have you played Banjo-Kazooie? It's the same style. And then, didn't buy the game. Then why the redacted? Are you even complaining about this? Just play the games you actually own. Why the redacted would they ruin the game, ruin the theme and atmosphere with voice acting? Redacted. What the fuck did he say here at the end here? I'm assuming he said wholesome individual. That's what I'm guessing. Unfortunate last name. Oh, DiMaggio? Also, Jocular Josh, get out of my way. I don't want to see you, man. I love the weird gibberish noises. but they definitely sound more out of place compared to Banjo-Kazooie, since the audio quality was much higher. This was made in 2018, by the way. I don't know if this is when that patch came out.
John DiMaggio stole my cereal spoon right out of my hand while I was enjoying my last bowl of cereal, and I've never forgiven him since.
Fucking hell, Buttersnuffs. Oh my god, he's on your list forever now. Some of them just don't flow well, if that makes much sense. If they ever make a sequel, I think something akin to the way voice acting was handled in Rayman 2 would be a better choice. You have a reference gear ratio. Also, a sequel? Yeah, man, I'm waiting for one. It's been a couple of years. Still here. Timmy, he's back again.
Full voice acting was a rarity in the Banjo-Kazooie era. Nowadays, however, that ain't the case anymore, so they have no excuse to add it in.
Dude, just because other games have voice acting doesn't mean every game has voice acting. Timmy, how do you feel about Pokemon? Let me tell you a story about Pokemon, alright? A multi-billion-dollar company. An entire franchise. Way more than a small indie team, okay? All of their games are the fucking same, Timmy. Oh, they're all the same. Anyway, but you still haven't answered my question. Why is not having full voice acting in every video game a serious problem? Undertale doesn't have it. Katamari Damacy doesn't have it. Shovel Knight doesn't have it. WarioWare Gold had it, but maybe they shouldn't have. At the end of the day, like the other guy said, it's their design choice. They may be playing follow the leader with it, but it's themselves they're following. I don't know if I remember WarioWare Gold. Hang on.
This thing's heavy. Oh, I'm broke.
You're joking.
At least I got this gold thing. It'll really spruce up my place, huh? Yeah, another high score. I'm the best.
Is this why they got rid of the voice acting from Wario in like current WarioWare games? Ah, that can't be
It's
right.
pizza time. Oh yeah.
It's
no
pizza
money.
time, really?
I need to make some quick cash, and fast.
Also, is this Charles Martinet? Because this is fucking ages ago.
Breaking news! Smash Hit Super Pure has taken the world by storm!
Oh my god, it's him! It's the guy! It's the leaker!
Everyone loves this game!
Eh?
And it's selling like hotcakes!
Of course, games. Talk about easy money. Type.
Okay, I think this guy's proven his point.
Hey,
Although,
look
this is an
here,
interesting
it's a
cutscene.
Wario. I'm hosting the greatest video game tournament of all time
Stupid
here
game.
in Diamond City. It costs 10,000 coins to
Also, I like that the place for WarioWare is called Diamond City, because it's basically the same place that Yugioh had his big match.
enter. But some
Oh
jerk
no,
will
sorry,
walk
wait.
out
No, sorry, that's Domino City.
here 10 million coins richer. And hey, who knows? Maybe that jerk will be you. So prepare to duke it out.
Fucking hell, Wario. I literally told you why in the comment you quoted. It's their design choice. This game was advertised as a Banjo-Kazooie-like game, and that includes those voices. I can't comprehend why anyone would be triggered over this. You can turn them off.
Well, I'm not really mad about it at all, actually. Well, I was just confused about why they didn't give us this game regular voice acting as well as... Sorry, fucking Christ. I am just confused about why they didn't give this game regular voice acting as well for those who don't like to hear the characters make sex
Hey guys,
noises.
did you know that in terms of male human and
Speaking of
female
sex
Pokemon
noises.
breeding, this chat member probably
Oh,
said some unhinged stuff. It
Nice
may
way
be
to
worth
get around the
looking back
censorship,
through
mate.
the logs and seeing what's said to determine if a ban is needed.
That old Wario. Wario's gonna make a game called Duel Monsters. He'll be the fucking... He'll be the Pegasus of that world.
Call of game... I think it says call it game design. Call of game design all you want, but that doesn't change the fact that they could have easily added it if they wanted to.
Easily added it, Timmy. Yeah, I'm sure. You want to do the voices, Timmy? Go for it. Be my guest. Sure, they could have also added guns and a first-person mode. That is a good callback. I'm not gonna read the rest of it because this is the end. All right, this goes on for a while. All right, Timmy just can't accept that there's no voice acting in this fucking 2017 video game based on a fucking game from 2000s. All right, fucking hell. Also, Microphone, that is true. Gex. Well, I do want to stream Gex at some point, specifically the European version of Gex, because I liked the voice actor for Gex in that game. It is different to the American version. I have heard the American version of Gex, and it blows my fucking mind, because that's not how I remember Gex. That is not how I remember Gex at all. Gex to me is like a James Bond alike. Not whatever the fuck American Gex is.
Pokemon breeding. This chat member probably said some unhinged
Call of game design.
It may be worth looking back through the logs and seeing what's said to determine if a ban is needed.
Anyway, let me swap on over